Good morning and welcome to Morning Brew. Yes, we're back. It's on Tuesday. Taking some advice. Taking Mondays off again. And if it was not first in chat this morning, surprisingly, it was Jedi Bill. Then, of course, Kronos says, hey, Bill, that is a Sith Lord. Then he says, oh, crap. Do I need coffee? Yes, you need coffee. And Kronos says, does anyone have a love-hate relationship with the Care Bears? That would be perfect option should you join the panel, Bill. And yes, I did put coffee needed. And greetings, Mountains of Elysium. How are you, my friend? Yvette says, good afternoon, Captain Trek and everyone. And yes, Kronos, it's morning here, but it's afternoon there. You know that. And yes, Care Bears share. Oh, trust me, you wouldn't want me to share some things. Yeah, it was an interesting day yesterday. That's all I'm going to say. Well, no, that's not all I'm going to say. No. What do you mean, wrong link? That's not the fucking wrong link. At least it better not be. Hold on. Cancel. Invite. Why the fuck's it giving me the wrong link then? Fine. That should be the correct one. I always try to go according to the web browser, but it's not showing the correct one this morning. Go fuck yourself, YouTube. And now we've got somebody backstage.
Good morning.
Good afternoon, Yvette. How are you?
I'm okay. Thanks for sending me to the backstage.
That's the fucking link it shows in StreamYard. It's not the correct link, obviously.
I'm like, what am I doing here? Oh, never mind. So how are you?
Let's just say inspired.
Good.
Let's
Good
just
to
say
hear.
inspired. There's a certain little petty person that decided to go on different streams yesterday where I was in the chat and making these subtle jabs at me. Now,
Yeah.
of course,
I noticed a couple myself, so it's sad. It is.
of course, it's funny because only somebody who knows that they were aimed at me would necessarily know it.
Yeah. So After the couple of days I've had Captain Track with Mum choking, work yet last night,
Ugh.
4 hours of solid grafting. I'm pretty done with this crap on the internet. Literally fed up of it all. It's just ludicrous. It always has been and always will be.
Oh, I know.
You know my feelings on this well, so. But it's a new day. Mum's not 100%, but she's getting there. She's got a pretty sore throat. Obviously, got squeezed a bit too much, but she's on the mend.
Well, I'm glad she's on the mend at least.
Mm.
Uh, and good morning, Aberjam.
Hey, Abijam.
So, all I'm going to say on this subject for now is if you're going to make jabs at me in other people's chats, you might as well be direct about it. You spineless little cunt. Hmm. There. I feel much
Feel
better.
better?
Yeah.
Good. Well,
And good morning, Cardinal Sin. And
good morning.
we'll have to pin that link. There we go. Pin the message. There we go. So as you know, I have wound care today. Yay.
Yes. Yeah. Not your favourite day, Tuesdays.
And no, it's not. Of course, the funny thing is, the wound is actually getting worse.
Oh, dear. Sorry to hear that.
Hmm. Well, it may actually speed up the process, so who knows?
Well,
And I'm giving you coffee.
yeah. Okay.
Because I'd forgotten I'd made it, and
You've had your medication. Okay.
oh yes, I've had that. Oops. I made another mistake this morning. I grabbed the wrong pair of shorts.
Okay.
Ones that I wore about 2 years ago when I weighed a bit more. And I
They're falling down.
literally were falling down.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. No, I do, but you
You
know.
do. You do. I don't care because it's funny.
It is.
I mean, it's not like I wasn't wearing underwear. That would have been really bad.
No, yeah.
But here I am trying to bring back the computer, the coffee, and all of a sudden my shorts start falling down. Lovely.
Oh, well, that's a funny image anyway. It's always funny when people's pants fall down.
Oh yes. Well, at least if it's somebody else. Well, let's try Aberdonner this morning.
Ah,
Good morning. Good morning.
Good
Good
morning,
morning.
or good afternoon. Oh,
yes,
good.
good afternoon. Yeah.
I'm going with the host time zone, so I'm assimilating. Yes, this morning I am Aberdonner in honor of the great Richard Donner who passed away this week. He's for those of you who don't know, he's a landmark in cinema history. He's a director who brought us such movies as Superman the movie, The Goonies, Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
A very significant director.
Absolutely.
Who probably doesn't quite get the recognition and accolades that he deserves amongst us plebs. So, yes. I mean, he was 92. He had a great innings. So it's not like, some great unexpected tragedy. I mean, it's always a tragedy when someone dies, but, it's not like a young man who was taken away in a car crash or something. But still, I think it's just a noteworthy point in cinema history.
Correct.
Yeah.
As for your pants falling down, Cappers, I don't have that problem. I'm a gamer and I don't wear pants. So
Great. Now I've got another image in my head.
any gamer worth his salt does not wear pants. Although we have to be careful, being a multinational stream, in England, pants is not quite the same as it is in America.
Correct.
To most people over here, when you say pants, you're talking about underwear.
Yep. I kind of adjust my talk on that because I learned that years ago.
Yes.
I was amused by it years ago. I can adjust between the two. It's like elevator and lift. I can adjust between those. Other things I don't because I don't think about it. But there's certain things I adjusted to years ago, and pants and trousers were one of them because it was highly amusing when I was young.
Yeah.
People say, "I like your pants." I'm like, "Can you see them? Have I got my skirt
Now
tucked
all
in
we
the
have
back?"
to do is just train you to just say ladybug. Because it's a bug, not a bird.
It's a ladybird. It will always be a ladybird.
Yeah. The first time my missus came over to visit from the States, this is going back 14 years, we were at my parents' house, and she was heading for the loo. She missed the first step and fell on her backside. And we heard the third, and I said, "Are you all right, love?" And she said, "I'll be okay. I fell on my fanny." And my mother, being the good Christian woman that she is, just dropped her tin to the floor. And I said, "No, Mum, it means her bum over there. It's America for Americans. It means their bum." I said, "Oh, right."
Oh, good Lord, that's hilarious.
Funny.
Oh, I love the language differences.
Yeah. The Americans may have inferior grammar, but it does give cause for joy at times.
It does. It does. And vice versa. I mean, I put my foot in it on a daily basis.
And good morning to Karuna's in the chat, my favourite troll.
Yeah, he was annoying me this morning.
That's his job. That's why he's here.
I know.
By the way, I'm sorry to hear about your mum, but I'm glad to hear she's slowly on the mend.
Thanks. Yeah, it was very frightening for her and me, to be honest. Had to act on impulse more than anything else. So.
Of course. Did that. Impulse does take control.
Yes, it does. It does. And yeah. I'm pretty much sure the body would have ejected it anyway, but I happened to be there and reacted quickly. So Yeah. Anyway, it's. I'm trying to put that behind me.
Karina says, "Isn't funny equal to sex in Australia?" I don't know.
Australia.
I don't know,
Mm,
Karina. I mean, I've never heard funny used as a word for sex. Only
no.
for genitalia. I mean, that might
Yeah.
be where you're drawing the link, perhaps. But
Yeah.
or
Maybe
unless
we'll have to ask Chris, or even Milton might know, although he's in New Zealand.
And good morning, Ervik Saunders.
Hey, Arabic.
And Mountains Elysium says, if you're a smoker, be careful how you ask for them when you visit the U.S. Pro tip for Irish and UK travelers.
Yeah, I've already fallen into that several times.
listen, I'm British. It's contextual for me, so even on YouTube, I can with impunity say I feel like an out for a fag.
Yeah.
It's common British parlance, and we can say it as much as we want.
We literally say it. We don't use
All
the
the
word
time.
cigarette. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Cigarette
not
is
even.
a byword.
Yeah, it's not even trolling. It's not like an old 1900s term that we used to use and don't anymore. It's still common parlance today. So we're not even
Yep.
trolling when we say going out for a fag.
No,
No.
it just sounds weird to the Americans. I know that.
Yeah.
And I drop myself in it frequently with that one.
Oh,
Brew. Brew is another interesting one. I know that when Captain said brew, he's talking about tea or coffee, but there is kind of a trend in the States that refer to beer and
correct.
ale as brew as well. It seems to, in
Yeah.
my experience, talking to Americans generally, if I've told them I'm just going to go for a brew, they usually say, "Isn't it a bit early for beer?" So I think it tends to be the default in the States that a brew is
Ah.
beer or a lager. Although like I say, I think over there it can also mean tea and coffee, but just not very
Yes.
commonly.
That's
Now,
why I picked something like brew, because it could cover so much. You brew coffee, you brew tea. A beer or a lager is a brew, so it covers everything.
Yeah, I mean that's where it comes from. You brew ale and you brew beer, and I noticed you do have some rum and what looks like a pint of lager, from what I can tell in your background. So you're covering all the bases, which is good to see.
Hey, JPs. Yeah, a brew where I'm from down south is tea. Literally. It only meant tea for us. But as I moved north, it meant both tea and coffee. So there is a distinguishing line in England with that.
Yeah, well, that's because you're a bunch of southern wankers. That's why.
Thank you very much. The Northern Tosspot.
Southern wanker.
Northern Tosspot.
No, it's sheepshagger, Yvette. Northern sheepshagger.
No, that's Welsh.
I think I'll pop up a nice cup of tea, isn't it? For Welsh, well, actually, it's not for Welsh people. It's a top tip coming from Welsh people. If you take your sheep to the edge of a cliff, you'll find they push back a lot better.
Oh my God.
Also, make sure when you buy a pair of wellies, they're 2 sizes too big. That way you can fit the back legs in the front of your wellies.
Where's the captain gone?
He's abandoned us again.
No.
Still here. Just wanting to hear
I think he
Jam.
likes the British takeover. I don't know why he would.
Yes, insanity rules letting us loose on a stream.
Yes, JP's. The Welsh are a bunch of randy sods. It's just all mountains and slate cliffs over there. They've got nothing to do, so sheep start to look rather attractive.
Oh dear.
Crooners,
Poor
it's never.
world.
Cheers.
They're very good at singing as well. I'll give them that.
Yes, again, because there's nothing to do. All they can find time for is shagging sheep and learning how to sing.
Oh my God, JPs.
If your wellies are extra large, you can fit in both sets of feet. Who's bringing up the chats? Because Captain's not in the panel.
He, he's backstage pressing
He's
buttons
backstage.
right now. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Don't drag mountains in. Nice
Oh.
one, man. Yeah, we haven't mentioned the Irish yet, have we? Or the Scottish.
Yeah.
Come on. And if we're going to insult the whole of the UK and Southern Ireland.
Drinking beer, fishing, and fighting. That's all they do in Ireland, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and Guinness.
And if they want to,
I do know many Irish don't like Guinness.
Guinness originally comes from Jamaica, I believe.
Does it?
Yeah,
it's horrible.
The first Guinness brewery was. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the first Guinness brewery was established in Jamaica.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that.
Good morning, Ken Jack Ben.
Good morning.
Yes, JPs. We're aware of the Irish being synonymous with certain explosives.
Yeah, we don't have to go there.
But we're past that now.
Yeah.
We're getting on just fine. Oh. Well, Kappa's disappeared before I had a chance to ask him how life is in the great state of misery.
He's back.
Here.
There he is.
I'm still here. I was bringing up stuff.
I'm watching.
Here.
I'm watching the main screen, which is just a few seconds behind.
He Captain Bob me backstage for 5 minutes.
Well, not 5 minutes, but for a second.
Crooner says I still sound scratchy. So, Kappa's, how is life in the great state of misery?
Well, let's see here. Oh, that's well. Let's see here. Today is Wound Care Day. I don't know if you were listening at the beginning of the stream or not, but I've had some troll in different chats who happens to have a bigger channel than I do, by the way, and also live in the state of Missouri. That's as far as I'm going with that one. Giving me shit. So, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't worry about the trolls. Just ignore them.
From now on, what I'm going to do is, because there was a certain troll that used to come to my channel regularly, I would send the messages that I got in private DMs to her, because I wasn't seeing the funny part of it until I said it to her, and then I started seeing it in a different point of view. So, no, you're not a troll, Kronos. Believe it or not, you're not the troll. And that's the funny thing. If I mention the name, all it's going to do is give them attention.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they want. So, no.
Yeah, we just ignore them. And Cronus is a troll, but he's our troll. That's the difference.
Well, there's a difference. He's a friendly troll. He's a troll under the bridge that you actually like coming across, and you get lost. Say, hey, I need directions. Okay, go here.
Cronus is the kind of troll. He doesn't take your money so you can cross the bridge. He pays you to cross his bridge. He's like not the world's smartest troll.
Like I said, Kronos, all naming names does is give them attention. It's like giving a fire oxygen. Never a good idea.
No. Speaking of drama cappers, which I'm not particularly into, I didn't notice on Sunday on Church Live, you seemed a little upset at Anti-Trekker, which I thought I thought it was a tad out of character for you.
I was just I was more than a little pissed, but I was out of line for my post. I will say that. I was out of line for my post. I was a little pissed off and hurt because he had normally been going on an hour or two after that. And it's like, okay, that's cool. That'll give me time to be on. And, people could come in and then go over to that stream. That's fine. That's cool. Okay. But I've made it very clear, very well known when I go on. And he still says he considers himself a friend. Well, you don't do that to a friend. I wouldn't go on. I would not go on at the same time as Bird intentionally.
Right.
I would not. Now, if we happen to be on at the same time, that's, either coincidence or I will, let's say if there's something that he's doing I don't feel like being around for because whatever reason, I would even go to him and say, hey, do you mind if I stream at this time? Not because I have to. Not because there's any obligation, but simply out of courtesy and respect. And that is why I blew up, because I felt it was out of disrespect that he did that.
I don't think it was out of disrespect at all. Let's give some perspective from both sides. I understood why you were upset at the timing of his stream. However, it is worth noting, I think, that Church Life has been going now for 2 years, and is always, with it being Church Life, is always on a Sunday, and initially was always around about that time of the day. For me, it would be like 12, somewhere between 12 and 1. For Anti-Trekker, that would be like 6 or 7 in the morning. So initially, that was his time slot, and then of course, because of work, he had to move. Because his shifts changed, and then for a while he wasn't able to do it. And then when he came back, it became, the most appropriate slot for him again was that time slot, at which point you'd start to through. So, I don't really buy in much to this is his slot, this is their slot. You just, you sort of stream when you can stream, and like you say, you try to be courteous to other streamers that you're familiar with. Sometimes it's just you stream when you can. And again, in fairness to Anti-Trekker, the Morning Brew is a daily slot, whereas church life is not, and also the morning brew is quite often 4 hours plus. And if he happens to do church life at the same time as morning brew, he's only kind of interrupting maybe 1 hour's worth, maybe 2 hours worth of the stream.
Like I said, he'd gone to being more of a later hour, and it just kind of pissed me off. I happened to go on a half hour early that day.
Yeah. Like I said, I understand where you're coming from, but I don't think it was anything that he did maliciously. I mean, he's been streaming that time slot now for 2 months, I think, roughly.
I don't know.
But I wouldn't take it too personally, Cappers. I don't think it's a huge deal. It's unfortunate, but I don't think it's a huge deal, and I certainly don't think it's malicious. Andy Trek isn't like that. He's making, but he's not malicious.
I did go ahead and I did ask Bird to apologize for me because he and I are on the outs.
On the outs. Yeah. Kuna says, "I'm trying my best to not speak. It will be about other people behind their back, so I shan't." Well, Kuna's.
Thank you.
My policy on that is, as long as you're not saying anything that you wouldn't say to their face, then free pass. What I would say
is the same thing. I do. Thank you.
What I would say is we're on a public forum, so it's a public discussion, which means we're not really talking behind someone's back. The information is here for everyone to listen to, for any individual that we talk about, for them to come and hear for themselves what we're saying. And so I don't consider this to be talking about someone behind their back. At worst, I would say it might be gossip, but I don't think in this particular instance we're gossiping. I think we're, hashing out.
That's the thing. I only say things I would say to somebody's face, and quite honestly, I've not said anything I would not and have not said to him. So that is,
I mean, I've had a few digs at him on here when we've been talking, but usually when I have a dig at him on here, it's a discussion I've already had with him, and if I hadn't, it's certainly a discussion I would have with him. He knows full well the few contentions that I do have with him. They're not major ones. We're friends. He says he considers me a friend, and I consider him a friend also. And that's the good thing about the vast majority of people in our circle, is that we're able to disagree without falling out.
Unfortunately, there are times where falling out does happen. So it does happen, and it's unfortunate, but you got to deal with it.
It does. The unfortunate part of that is that most of it is avoidable, and quite often it's heat of the moment stuff that is then followed by an illogical grudge holding, and that's just very sad in my eyes. Short of burning down someone's house and hacking their bank account, I don't see much in the way of arguments that can't be resolved reasonably quickly. Usually it's just a drama, and people like drama, and they wallow in their opposition in order to continue that drama and wallow in it. And it's very unfortunate. But sadly, as you get older, you learn that's just human nature. People love drama. It's what they feed on.
That's why we have soap operas, which I never watch.
Yeah.
Exactly. And of course, I've got somebody else backstage. Cardinal Sin.
Hello there.
Hello.
Can I be a troll?
Sure.
Do I have to live under a bridge?
No.
Right then.
Is that another Brit I hear?
No.
Something to put on the CV. You know, troll.
I don't know, you sound British to me.
And now we've got somebody in the backstage who I can't bring on because he likes to be a pain in the butt. He is the one and only true good troll. Well, until Cardinal Sin has to be a troll. Kronos the Unbannable. And normally I don't read backstage stuff, but he says, "Yeah, I'm backstage." LOL. I'm a total pain in the butt. No, Kronos. And the only reason I'm reading that is because Yvette can't see backstage.
I can't, no.
Is that his full of title, Kronos the Unbannable?
And then, of course, he says later taters, because he left the backstage.
I agree completely with what you were saying before, Cap. I don't say things behind people's back, so to speak, that I wouldn't say to their face. I'm 100% agreement.
I find that distasteful. I mean, even if, yes, we're talking on a public forum, but if you wouldn't say it to their face, you have no business saying it on another live stream.
Exactly. But I'm quite happy that I can live under a bridge now. Charge people, you know, if you want to cross this bridge, you've got to give me £5 sterling. Sorry, pounds sterling.
$5.
£5, no euros, please.
Or £5, we'd call it.
Quid, that's right. £5 to get across this bridge, because I'm a troll.
That's cheap.
It's not much, especially for a bridge that's already free to cross.
Well, when they put toll roads up, they went from £2 to £5 to £8 to £12.
Well, that's inflation for you, isn't it?
Now you could ask Milton yourself, Yvette.
Well,
good morning, Vietnam, or wherever you're from.
Hey, Milton. It was Kronos' question, not mine. Yeah. So, Milton, I have a question for you. I don't know if you'd know this because you're in New Zealand, but Kronos thinks that the word fanny is something to do with sex in Australia, as in sexual, not as in anatomy.
Let's just say it's a word for a lady's private parts.
Yeah, it's the same here. Yeah. Well, we didn't think it was, but I think Kronos is getting his wires crossed.
So Americans do use it for, if I'm correct, I believe Americans do use it to refer to somebody's ass, but only in random weirdo Goonie movies type things.
Well, there we go.
I despise all trolls.
You're the king of the trolls.
Are you a Nazgul?
No, I am a giant hobbit because I eat the other hobbits.
Oh, a bit of a troll then. Well, welcome. Would you like to stay under my bridge?
No, that sounds too dirty for me.
What, does bridge mean something I don't know?
Anything said in a British accent is a sexual euphemism.
It sounds dirty, doesn't it?
Is that what I sound like to everyone?
No, you sound like a
Exactly.
proper Brit.
You sound like my old Professor Larry. I liked him.
Thank you. I think.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the.
What
Larry
in
was
the
a guy.
okay? Aberjam, a quid is the British pound or equivalent of a roller.
A roller?
Kronos
I've
has
never
to
heard
use
of a roller. What's a
I've heard of a
roller?
ruler.
Is that like a Rolex? Slang
no.
for a Rolex.
No. A roller, as far as I know, is a roll of pennies. But I could be wrong.
What?
He
A
isn't
roll
more
of
than
what?
a roll of pennies.
Oh,
My
right.
Rolex is made out of the finest aluminium and diamonds.
Aluminium.
At least you
Yep.
said it right, Milton.
What? Oh, sorry, aluminum.
Aluminum. Ba 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 ba. Aluminum. Ba 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 ba.
Don't make
It's
me
not
laugh.
the equivalent of a dollar. It changes every day.
Don't make me laugh. I'm in incredible pain.
Oh, what
You
have
and
we
me
done
both,
now?
brother.
I may
That's why
have
I'm under a
torn,
bleeding bridge.
I may have torn a few things on the insides, lifting up very heavy batteries.
Oh. Well,
roller.
I'm
Is
not
that
surprised
what it used to be?
surprised they were.
So,
I think
So-
3 tractor batteries tied together is a bit much for one arm.
Mm.
My wrist is still
Silly.
making crunching sounds.
No.
But hey, I got through. Hey, out of it came $300, and I got to keep half of that. So it's $150. That's like $1 or half a pound.
Yvette, is a roller something that you might bring to a fight and put in your fist when you hit someone?
I've heard of a steamroller.
Yeah.
That would be nickels.
Yeah. No roller. The only roll I know is a penny roll.
What about a
As
sausage
I
roll?
said, Abcham's up north. It could be. I presume he's talking pounds to dollars to euros. A quid is equivalent 1 on 1. I know it comes from Latin. I think we discovered that a while back, didn't we, Captain?
Oh, I know how to speak some Latin. Aldominus, Espiritus,
Correct.
Incantatus.
Abajam, UK. I know what a bloody pound is, but thanks for telling me. I know what a bloody quid is.
That's a unit of currency covered in blood.
And dear Lord.
Right.
And sleep well, JPs.
Sleep well.
Sleep well, have pleasant dreams.
Pleasant
chocolate
dreams.
Yes. We all should have pleasant dreams forever and ever.
Bloody hell. Are you a punter?
I have no idea what that is, but it sounds like a euphemism.
I know what
Everything
a
sounds
punter
like a
is.
euphemism to you.
I know exactly what a punter is.
Well, why don't you enlighten us then?
Okay, so in the past history on rivers and canals, when they were built, you punted with a long stick to move your boat. And you will see it more in Venice now than anywhere else. But we as a nation punted up and down rivers and canals with long sticks, and it was known as a barge pole mainly, and that's where the saying "I wouldn't touch it with a barge pole" comes from in England. Then later on, punt became punter, which was more of a trade, which turned into like a saying of trade. So generic, a punter is someone that works. There you go.
And now it's a verb. You punter.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that was the noun usage. My bad.
No, you're right though. It's changed format over the years.
I hate it when they verbify nouns, don't you?
I hate it when people speak too correctly on grammar. It makes them sound a bit like a plonker. Is that what the word is?
A plonker?
Plonker. Oh my god, I haven't heard of plonker in years. Yeah, plonker's well, plonk derives from something different, but a plonker is someone that's stupid or an idiot. You plonker.
Oh. What's it mean when
so
someone's
it's a
spotty? What does spotty mean?
Spotty?
Spotty.
It's a type of fish.
No. When you look at someone in line at a supermarket with a friend of yours and you say, that person's spotty, what does that mean?
It means that they have bad attitudes. Or they have mistakes of the fish.
Shifty would be a word I'd use if someone looked a bit dodgy.
Dodgy. Oh, I see.
I just say that they have mongrel mob tattoos on their face when they're like that.
Oh dear me.
Captain's like, all right, bloody teenagers.
Yes, bloody teenagers.
Bloody teenagers anyway.
Damn them all and send them to the clink.
Well, at least
Spotty means suspicious, according to Mountains of Elysium.
Oh, there we go. He's in Southern Ireland. It may be used more over there. Let's say shifty or dodgy is a word I'd use.
Shifty,
I've never used that.
Dodgy.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
Yeah, dodgy is a favourite of mine. Something looks dodgy, you don't go near it.
Mountains.
My favourite word is fraud.
Mountains. I would suggest getting your wife and you out of where you're at, move to someplace else. I don't know where the fuck to yet, but get the
I heard the
fuck out of
Mariana
Ireland.
Trench is nice this time of year.
You sort of dodge someone if they're dodgy. You walk around them, right?
Yeah, that's about right, yeah.
Okay.
You see, I've been brought up in Manchester and lived there my entire life and not been allowed to interact with anyone.
Good.
What is spotted dick? That's what Kronos wants to know.
It's a pudding.
I think he's being obnoxious, personally.
Yes, he's asked me that numerous times.
Kronos, if your dick is spotted, go see a doctor.
Yes, absolutely.
Or it
The one thing I really like when I get onto Loki's Mornings of Mischief, asking him to do his Guy Pearce impersonation. He's really, really good at that. Oh, hello, puppy. That's a good-looking dog there.
You can't marry him.
Well, I haven't asked for his hand, have I?
He doesn't know that.
Oh, he's got a nice-looking tongue, though. And a cold, wet nose.
My hands are still covered in a bit of battery acid, and I just had my hand in his mouth, so he's going to be looking for a while.
Don't do that to a dog.
So I've
Bloody hell.
most of the battery acid off. Yeah. What are you looking at?
Depending on who you are, it's either a delicious pudding or the result of a one-night stand.
Exactly. You were
Is that a doggo?
Yes, you were. Your mummy and daddy weren't married. No, they weren't. Your daddy wanted to eat you. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you've made it this far yet or not, but R.I.P. Richard Donner.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We do know. Yeah.
Dead at 91 years old.
Good
Made
innings.
some really fantastic movies.
91 years old, so young. Why am I still the center of attention?
Feeling uncomfortable there, Mill.
Okay, good boy.
Because I was
You're
looking at
so
the
young,
chat
but you like these.
and not the picture.
What's the name of your doggo?
Spook Dog, because he's spooky.
Did you say
Right then.
Well,
spit?
his full name is Spook Dog Knowles, but yeah. He is the insane witch prince.
Yeah.
Now the teenagers use the word sus.
No, that's
Except
short.
if you
Suspicious.
sus, it means you've discovered it. You know what the meaning is if you've sussed it out. Right, Yvette?
Well, I would have said that, but I've heard them use it for suspicious as well. It's a bit sus.
Maybe they say sus instead of sus.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Either way, it's just a abbreviated term of the same word. It's not like a colloquial
Oh, that's right.
term like dodgy or shifty.
Yeah, they should be saying dodgy.
I thought that's how Americans said sauce when they went sus.
Sus. It's a bit sus, that.
Sauce.
Sus.
Yes.
Like cranberry
I think-
sauce.
I have heard some nasty pronunciations of sauce in my life. I mean, I've almost stopped watching American cooking channels.
Oh, he's saucy, he is. She's a
No.
saucy one.
That's a
Saucy. Saucy, not sus.
Sass?
is different.
Sauce?
Saucy.
Sausages.
Sassy. Sassy. There's a suspicious
Oh,
one.
It has
He
some
looks sassy.
Yeah. Y'all, what's up, y'all? I am an American.
Kick him right in the boot. No, that's in a car. I'm sorry.
I had you guys going there for a second, I bet.
For
No.
a second. Sound more
I can
like a
bet-
New Zealander to me.
I convinced a guy from Argentina in our group that I was British. And all I did is just
Yeah.
put my crazy cultist voice on. Oh, hello! How's it going? I know all
my-
the powers of the universe.
Oh my god.
I've actually got a bit of a tale to tell about that. I was at my local micro pub, right? And this guy sits down and he's talking to me, and I've just been talking to this guy from the UK, so, you know, the accent is still in my ears, still in my head. And we talked for like an hour, and then his phone rang, and it was his wife. And he answered it, and she said something, and he said, "No, darling, I'm talking to this guy from England." And I said, "Kent." And he said, "Kent." And he basically said, I have to talk to this guy because he's from England. And he hung up on her, and we talked some more. And then he had to go. And then a few weeks later, maybe a fortnight, I'm not sure, he comes in, and I'm on, at the bar on a bar stool, and just talking with my regular accent. And he turns around, and he walks out, and he leaves. Never came back. And the worst part is, he worked there.
Oh my god.
And I felt really, really bad. I just turned my head around, and I looked, and I saw him leaving. And then later, somebody told me he'd never come back. He quit because he was so embarrassed.
Oh.
I didn't mean for that to happen, I was just had one or two pints and having a good time.
I actually thought
that
you were
is
going to
terrible.
talk about Kent. Because
Say
That
again?
is terrible. You should have made fun of him for that.
I couldn't make fun of him if he never came back, could I?
Oh my goodness, he played you. He played you like a fool.
He played me like a $2 football.
$2 hooker.
You don't play a hooker. Kapla, but a play 5. Morning.
No, he does. Never mind. We won't get into that.
Oh God. Now we got Bird in the chat. If he joins the panel.
Everyone knows that the bird is the word.
Bird is the word. The song's copyrighted, so I'm not going to finish it.
I believe it's got a Papa Umau Mau in there somewhere.
Be careful of the copyright. YouTube will get you.
Papa Umau Mau. I kept it under 20 seconds.
YouTube doesn't care.
It's fair use if it's under 20 seconds.
Fair use never protected no one.
Now they're just blowing everyone away for the slightest thing.
Oh yes.
You know, I uploaded the panel show, the Sunday panel show. Captain, I don't know if you were there, but we were watching trailers. We watched 3 trailers. One was for the new season 2 of Picard, and I was trying to tell everyone how much I really enjoyed The Night Manager with Tom Hiddleston and Hugh Laurie, and we watched that, and then we watched some other one, and then I looked at the video, and it said it on YouTube. I've got 3 copyright notices. They weren't copyright strikes, but I had to remove them, and doing it with the YouTube editor would have taken 17 weeks. So I had to download it into my editor and snip them out and then re-upload it. And it's like, okay, on Picard I can understand because we were having a go at it, you know. But I was trying to tell everyone how great The Night Manager was, and they should watch it, especially now that it's on Amazon and you can watch it for free. It's very good. And I don't remember what the third one was. But it's like, come on, if you're having a go at something, I understand. But if you're trying to tell everyone how great something is and you show the trailer, you know, that should be under fair use. I think anyway.
The only issue I had with YouTube, and there's a little... Oh, I'll wait for this comment first.
I think RX Sunder, he's got it right. That's pretty cool. Mostly harmless and hearing it in an English accent.
Right. Long-awaited book, that one. I was thrilled when it came out.
Young Zaphod plays it safe.
The only issue I had with YouTube was I uploaded a video.
Very nice.
I uploaded a video as a result of a bunch of happy losers on TikTok, I think it was. It started with we're literally cursing the moon and the fae and the sun and everything else. So I made my own video about cursing. And it
cursing the moon and the fae?
Ancestral spirits. They were also cursing trolls.
I just wanted to make sure I heard you right. Moon and the fae and the sun.
Anyway, it was 25 minutes of me just saying the F word, right? And the title of the video, title of the video was me cursing. I rated it 18 plus, and YouTube harassed me after I deleted the video, telling me that it was going to be restricted to 18 plus. And I was like,
well,
what?
After you deleted it?
I not only restricted it to 18 plus, but it was after I deleted the video. I sent them back a message saying, I have already deleted the video. And then they sent me another one saying, we will be restricting the video.
What video?
Exactly.
That's bloody crazy they are.
And that's the only issue I've had with YouTube. And I mean, I swear like a sailor on my channel. I do too. I have done minor blood sacrifices and everything I can think of on my channel, and it's like
You are a Nazgul.
I have
He's
actually broken every one of the YouTube guidelines on my every one of the YouTube guidelines that any moral person could break. I have broken on the YouTube thing, and that I've never been called up for it.
That's amazing. You know, I've never actually read the YouTube terms of service. But I do understand every year they tweak them a bit because I get an email about it.
Trust me, every time they do, I read the updates. Do they always make sense? No. But I read them.
Well,
between the lawyers and the algorithms,
they're as clear as mud, because you can do one thing that's
clear as mud.
You can do one thing
There
that's
are
against the rules.
contradictions in terms of service. I will agree with that.
It depends. Basically, it's the context of how you do it, and whether or not they want to interpret it as against the rules, as whether or not it's against rules. So basically, written it as it depends whether or not we get enough complaints.
If you do anything that we dislike, you're gonna get it, right? We're gonna do you. And if you don't do anything we dislike, well, you're all right then.
Unless we decide that we don't like it.
In which case, we'll do you.
Cardinal, please, do you means something different to do you in America?
As I said, everything a British man says is a sexual euphemism.
What you said was everything that's said in a British accent.
Exactly. What's the difference?
Not everything that a British man says.
Well, if they change the accent,
there's a difference, you know.
Stop trying to split hairs.
I'm not splitting bloody hairs.
Is a sexual reference.
Reference.
Stop sitting on my chest, you horrible hairy bastard. I'm talking to my dog.
They'll do you. How do you, they will.
They'll do you all night long, laddie.
Oh, thank you, Tim. Thank you.
Good morning,
means
Tim.
The same thing. Tim Chris to the rescue.
What are you doing in my bed, Spook? It's not cold.
In my bed. I'm getting an accent.
Oh, you already have an accent, Kronos. It's called New Yorker.
Oh, no, not a New Yorker. Everybody I know from New York thinks that they're a reptilian and 51 different gods.
See, I know.
Reptilian what?
I didn't ask him. I told him that a lizard man means that if he thinks he's a lizard man, he's absolutely batshit insane, and I've been making fun of him ever since.
Maybe he and David Icke can become friends.
Oh, evidently, according to him, David Icke is a nut job.
Cool, blimey, governor.
And, I know people who can do an absolutely wonderful New York accent. Except Burrow Prairie 5, who is from New York.
I know concrete mixers that can do a wonderful New York accent too.
I can do a really good Christopher Walken. I suppose he's from New York.
I can
what
do a really
is this early morning conversation hour of bad accents except Yvette?
Hey, I'm not doing bad accent. I'm not doing any accent.
I don't have an accent. It's you lot that do.
That's right.
If you want to hear a bad accent, I will do my North Island accent. Gee, how's it going?
You've got a beautiful voice and a beautiful way of talking. If we don't call it an accent, it's just a beautiful way of talking that you have.
Thank you.
You sound delicious.
Oh, thanks.
And I'm not trying to be a bloody euphemistic troll. I just live under a bridge and collect money.
If you lived underneath a bridge, you'd be dead.
Be dead?
Depends on the bridge.
Well, I
No
was going to
flash
say,
flooding.
Depends on the bridge. It's right.
Most bridges around here go underwater.
Yeah, some have gone underwater around here.
Like you
We
do
got-
realize
bridges.
you do realize we only have one rainy event each year. It only lasts 240 days.
I know. I know. It should be spelled with an I. O-I-N-O-I. I know.
Why, no, governor? Crikey, that
Someone is
cat.
embellishing their accent. I
Crikey,
wonder who
that
that
cat.
could be.
I'm doing an Australian accent.
No,
This
you're
is
doing
my-
a New Zealand accent because you're saying things like bed.
What's wrong with my bed?
You'd have to be broader if you wanted to do a proper Australian accent.
Crikey, Dick! Somebody said to me a bad word. Now I'm gonna cry. Oh no! Oh no!
Australia, 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 Australia. Do you mind if we call you Bruce to keep it clear?
I'm a tough guy. I once called a Kiwi short, and I only cried for 6 months after he beat the shit out of me.
You've got to make sure he's actually a native New Zealander before you call him a Kiwi, or he'll do you.
You are a
Oh
Kiwi.
no!
You are a
oh, no.
Kiwi. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but if
Somebody-
he's not a
somebody is-
Kiwi, if he's a Brit and he lives in New Zealand and you call him a Kiwi, you'll have his way with you, and I don't mean that euphemistically either.
And
I do.
you are absolutely correct, Darren Wagner. You're more than welcome to join if you want to add an American accent to this conversation.
That would be nice.
I can add an American accent.
Please
Howdy, Governor. Oh no, American.
don't. He makes it American and British. God.
American.
Oh, I forgot about me
Howdy,
coffee.
partner. How's it going? Oh, yeah.
Captain, you'll have to excuse me for a moment.
You
Yes.
flaming gala? What's a gala? I've never heard of a gala. What's a Merkin accent?
Looks like that
Merkin.
You don't want to know what a merkin is. It's let's just say it's a wig that went out of fashion in about the 18th century.
Good morning, Darren.
Good morning, all.
How are you?
Wow, it's in stereo. I'm doing okay. Just taking my minerals and listening to you guys.
Supplements?
Yes.
I'm not the one who's talking in an accent. You will have to credit me for that.
I wouldn't
so
know.
tough.
I've never chatted with a Merkin.
I'm so tough. When I take my iron supplement, I have a ball of nails without any milk.
But Greetings, the Catman, aka Didi Myers. Good morning.
Look, don't bite me. Go away. You can start biting me later.
Darren!
Yes.
Wow, I don't see this often, but I'm glad to see you.
The accent that we find around here in Wisconsin is kind of hard to.
Soothing.
No, it's not a yeehaw accent at all. It's sort of like so I have two uncles that have it, but then the rest of my family doesn't. It's weird. It would be something like, I like the small town feeling you get around here, don't you know? That's how they talk around here. So
Oh,
Yeah, you betcha. Oh yeah.
think about
Like
like when you
Fargo?
used to, like Fargo, or when you used to see Sarah Palin give interviews. She actually has one, even though she's from Alaska, which is weird.
I never noticed Sarah Palin, but yeah, we've done the you betcha accent quite a bit. Just not now.
there's lightning, you're going to come straight back in and you're going to feel sorry. Yelling at the dog.
It's a sterile accent.
The thing about Americans is, of course, we associate intelligence and higher standards of academe with the British accents. So
I know.
When they want to sell something, and they want, it's kind of like you could have a soccer hooligan trying to sell you a broom or a vacuum cleaner on an infomercial, but we don't hear a distinction between that. We just hear British accent. Oh, he must be smart. He must be taking a break off of it. Taking a break from his lecture series at Edinburgh to show me this vacuum cleaner
At Edinburgh.
Yeah, or whatever.
Cambridge.
Yeah, Cambridge, and that's the impression. So, yeah.
Good morning, LDG.
Hello, honey.
What's up with my knickers? Hey,
Have you got your knickers in a twist already?
I think I got my knickers in a twist. Oi,
I think
Bloody
LDG
hell.
thought that would wear them.
trying to have my spot of tea and got my knickers up in a band.
And has that ever affected your spotted dick?
If
my
that,
You
spotted
both
dick,
have spotted
I think
something in a second.
no, Darren,
Hmm.
you're in charge. You're the sane one.
Does he have a spotted dick too?
So
We're
I
in
get
for
to
it
be
now.
Upper left corner. Okay, gotcha. All right.
He's in charge. We've had it.
Truck
Yeah, I remember the first time I spotted my dick. I was like, what the hell is this?
By the
Little
way, I
Billy.
thought you had a really, really good nerdgasm the other night.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
You looked like
Thank you.
you were having a lot of fun.
Everything in a
fun.
British accent, sexual euphemism.
Yeah, we went pretty far.
Everything.
Pretty far.
Every time you say that, Milton, I'm going to stop talking for an hour.
Oh.
Oh, I have to keep saying it then. What did I say? Don't worry, Yvette. It's not because I don't like you. It's because I'm what they call an asshole.
I know that.
An asshole ate you, baby.
Oh, there's my ceremonial hammer. I've been looking for that. It's on the floor. Where's that with my sickle?
So what's going on then?
Oh, Jesus
Hello,
Christ.
Governor.
Yvette was on the
hello.
nerdgasm as well.
Crikey,
I will.
dick down.
I thought that was
Crikey.
particularly joyful, nice, particularly
Nerdgasm.
And
nice.
that was most
Yes.
pleasant and sweet, filled with cherry pies and rainbows.
And don't
I have
forget
the most
about
delicious
unicorns.
Well,
This is what
Yvette,
all British
did you have
people say
a good nerdgasm as well?
yeah, I found out some things about LDG that I didn't need to know. You know? Yes,
I think
was
we all
very-
found
It
some
wasn't
things
all that
about
bad
LDG
now.
that we didn't need to know.
Right?
However, having known it now, I can tell you he's one dodgy character.
Oi.
Well, he's one person.
I decided to tell the truth. Truth. Yeah. I can't
The
talk
truth.
this. Oh my god. The truth. Nothing but the truth.
LDG, I know you're a smart guy, but you don't sound like it.
He's
Thank
a
you.
bloody brilliant guy.
Yes,
Not guy.
LDG knows how chickens are made. The rooster has to pick a hole in the top of the egg. And he ain't putting that down.
It ain't
Good
got a
luck, Ken Jack
microchip.
Ben.
I ain't got a clue.
Park the car in the Harvard yard.
Sleep well, Ken Jack Ben.
Right.
Good night, King Jack Bean.
Good night, sleep tight, sweet prince. We will remember you in our dreams of yonder.
In our sweet dreams. Because they're made of
Nothing
this.
sweet about my dreams, honey.
Well, you said earlier that everyone should have sweet
Get
dreams.
rid of it now, Captain.
I think I should rename this stream Hell.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Lovely, lovely, sweet hell.
Lovely, sweet heel.
Well, it could be
How
worse.
is
We
the
could have
rule of
had.
how high?
It could be worse. We could have one of the internet's best tinkers here. But, you know.
And then we
Really?
could not give a tinker's cuss.
I'll give you a
Or is
tinker.
it Yvette, or is it a tinker's dam?
Neither.
Neither. All right.
All of the above.
And neither a tinker's cuss nor a tinker's dam.
I don't know what you're saying, so all of the above.
I don't give a tinker's dam what you say. Or
No.
I don't give a tinker's cuss what you say.
No.
I think you're a great person, but if you don't care about it, I won't tell you that.
So those are both wrong then.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't say that I don't lie now, did I?
Sleep
What about-
well,
what
Kinjack
about
Bin.
Tinker's
Dream
Bell?
with the pumpkins.
Can I ring Tinker's bell?
I remember when Lovejoy had a tinker, and he could have give a tinker's dam.
I
You
could
bet
tell
you
you a
remember
few
that,
stories
don't you?
about
I remember Lovejoy. I don't
Lovejoy
remember
was great. I loved Lovejoy.
I could tell
I
you a
don't
few
remember.
stories about reverends, but this is a far too polite a panel.
For to what a panel?
I said far too polite a panel to hear my stories.
Polite.
about
I thought you said quiet.
that too.
No, we're not really that polite. Go ahead. It's Captain's
Trust
stream,
me, this
after all.
is trust me. Trust me. I have promised a friend of mine that I won't say my worst priest jokes.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
jokes are
Well,
much
just
worse
as
than
well.
that.
Let's see. Well, I've already lost one subscriber due to fake straight. Okay.
I'm not taking responsibility for any of this, Captain.
No, you're not.
No, it's all my fault.
It's all LDG's fault. Ban him.
No. By the way, there is somebody who wants to ban LDG. I don't know who or why, but whatever.
Who wants
It's
to
because
pay
LDG
LDG?
is a sexy, sexy beast.
That is.
Yep. By the way, I do lie.
Oh,
No
when you
shit.
said sexy beast, you were lying.
Yes. LDG is as much a beast as a kitten.
Well, he's not at all dodgy. And I think he's a sexy beast. You know, I don't really go that way. But
When you talk like that, you remind me of Austin Powers. I don't know
do I
why.
make you Randy, baby? Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Good
Don't
luck.
worry.
Good luck, Captain
I
Trek.
won't do
Good luck.
like that.
Don't worry. Stick with me 3 more seconds. I'm switching the name of the stream right now. And then we're going to end this entire shit show. Copy.
Oh, what? This is a good
What?
stream.
Wait, ending what? What are you ending? What are you? I just got here. Hey,
Yeah, it's
Hey.
a very good
hey!
stream.
If you end this, you better not stream again today. I'll stream, okay, but there's no need to end this. We're having fun. Hey,
Yeah, we're being on our best behavior.
this is a blast.
Beast behavior.
You lost a
Yeah,
subscriber. That was most likely a freaking YouTube chopping block.
probably.
Yeah, you put too much thought into this, eh?
Okay, that's it.